All right, today we're going to talk about a simple idea that could totally change how you think about time. It comes from this source called the temporal instrument, and honestly, it might just change how you see every single one of your days. So yeah, let's just dive right in. So let me ask you something right off the bat. Does time ever feel like your enemy? Like this opponent you're just constantly fighting? If you've ever had that sinking feeling in your stomach, when you watch the hours just disappear, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. For a lot of us, our whole relationship with time is built on this feeling of being, well, powerless. We see it as this giant, unstoppable clock that's just ticking away, setting the pace for our lives, and there's not a whole lot we can do about it. I mean, it really feels like we're just constantly racing, right? From the second that alarm blares in the morning, it's like we're in a full-on sprint. We're racing against deadlines, against appointments, heck, even against the sun going down. And all that racing, it creates this deep, nagging anxiety that there's just never enough time. You know the feeling. Never enough time to get the work done, not enough time for the people you care about, not enough time for your own hobbies, not even enough time to just stop and breathe. So what's the end result of all this? It's that awful feeling of always being behind. It's like no matter how fast you run, the finish line just keeps getting pushed further and further away. And it leaves you feeling completely overwhelmed and, frankly, defeated. So this is the really crucial part. It's all about how we frame time. We tend to think of it as this big external force, right? Like a river that's just carrying us along, or a tyrant barking orders, or this resource that's always running out. And in every single one of those scenarios, what are we? We're the victims. We're passive. But what if that whole way of thinking is just wrong? What if there's a simple but kind of radical idea that could flip our whole relationship with time on its head? Well, that's exactly what we're going to get into next. Okay, here it is, the big idea. 4 little words. Time is a tool. Just think about that for a second. It sounds way too simple, right? But what if? What if really taking that one idea to heart could completely change everything? How you experience your days, your weeks, your entire life. Okay, so to really get the power of this, we need to break it down. Let's get specific. What exactly is a tool, and what does it actually mean to treat time like one? So here's the basic dictionary definition. A tool is an instrument you hold in your hand to get something done. The key words there are hold and use. See? The language is all about being active. It's about having an intention. So, if we break that down, thinking of time as a tool means a few things. 1, it has a purpose you get to decide. 2, it needs someone to use it, that's you. A hammer doesn't just swing itself, right? And 3, it's a skill. You can actually get better at using it with practice. And this is where you can really see the massive shift in thinking. Look at the old view. Time is a force, something that just happens to you. You're just a passenger along for the ride. But now look at the new view. Time is a tool. It's something you act with. You're not the passenger anymore. You're the artisan. You're the one shaping things. All right, so this all sounds great, but what does it actually look like day to day? How do we start thinking like an artisan and stop feeling like a victim of the clock? It all starts with a change inside your own head. You have to tell yourself, I am not a victim of time. I am the user. This isn't some magic trick to create more hours in the day. It's about taking back control over the time you've already got. So here's how you can start. First, you have to define a purpose. For any chunk of time, ask yourself, what do I actually want to get done here? Second, choose an action. So instead of thinking, what do I have to do? You ask, how am I going to use this moment? And third, you just have to practice. It's a skill, and the more you consciously use time this way, the better you'll get at it. And when you do this, it completely reframes the whole problem. That anxiety about not enough time starts to fade away. It's not about how many minutes you have left. It's about what you do with them. It's about the intention, the skill you bring to every single one. So this is where we land. Time is in your hands. It's not some crazy river sweeping you away. It's a hammer, it's a paintbrush, it's whatever tool you need it to be. So the only real question left is the one that truly matters. Now, what are you going to build?